And welcome back to CrossGod Dual Fortress tutorial with me, the Blackworth. Now we have a few issues, as you can plainly see. We got a methyl wraith, which just murdered Silver Note. So now I got no choice but to teach you guys how the military works. Here we got second methyl wraith as well. And basically, yeah, it's not exactly what I wanted to do, because next episode I'm just gonna go a quick overview of what the hell happened, and most likely we're gonna die here. So let's go to military tutorial right away. Now, M is the military tab. You'll open an interface like this. First thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to create a squad. So hit C. Choose metal armor, honestly, because usually you want them to have metal armor, and then you can create your own custom uniforms with your certain items, as well as you can give units individual items if you want a guy to wield an artifact. So metal armor will do. Now, because we're kind of desperate, I guess everybody in the military will have to be in the military. Larb is going to be our leader, followed by Bradley, Blackworth, Cakes, Watt, and Robert. So now what's going to happen is they are in the military. However, they are not active. To activate them, you can either send them someplace, or you can make them permanently active. So military, again. And now hit A for alerts. Now you can create your own alerts and barrows for, I'll teach that in another episode. Barrows are like places where you want your dwarves to stay in. So it's like an assigned area. You just want them inside the, for example, inside the dining room. Everybody inside the dining room and nobody gets out. Alright, you set a barrow for that. Now you want to set the paleness of villages, which is the squad, to active, not inactive. Active and training. Now you need to send them somewhere. The best place to engage right now is the staircase. So first you gotta select your squad. Hitting S will select the squad. You will have numbers in the bottom right, numbers in the top left. These are just your levels anyway. Here you'll see your squad. So first hit A to select your squad. Now the little X in the middle of the screen, the little yellow X, is where you want your squad to move. So personally I want them to attack, but first I want them to get into position, so I'll hit M. And I'll hit here. There you go. Now it's marked. The paleness of villages is stationed, so they're stationed at that position. Now the only thing we could do is hit space while you're still in this interface. You could micromanage your armies and hope for the best. It's not gonna happen, it's not. Also, why is my sound sense not working? I want you guys to hear the combat. It's not launching for a reason? Yeah, if it's glitched out like that, you most likely have to reinstall your sound sense. This is a therapist, which just updated. I want sound sense. Yeah, there's an error. Alright, never mind. Anyhow, your guys should start going, and you see their uniforms have changed, and you should go fighting. Now, first thing, let's go to U and find that metal wraith. And he's going up the staircase. Now he should be around here, and there you go. My guys are engaging him. They're engaging him. Squad A, move here to stop them. But like they don't have any military equipment, most likely they're all gonna just bleed out and die, like what is happening right now. Sorry, my sound sense isn't working. I didn't check that beforehand. And now, as you can see, you lost a game because all your dwarves are dead. So, and this is really the pinnacle of losing a game, and this is the pinnacle of the game, is you have to be careful of what you're doing. And I'm not. So your settlement will crumble to its end. Alright, offloading the 9 units that are stationed on the map, and it's done. And then we'll restart from square one, basically. It is a very hard game to get used to, especially because in the Masterworks they add a bunch of new dangers, which makes mining a lot more treacherous. So, which is good, because before you can basically dig a hole, put 4 walls around it, and now guess what? You're invulnerable. So, yeah. I'll be right back as soon as I've set up a new expedition. Alright everybody, and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. I've downloaded the latest version because apparently I was a little bit of a version behind for the Dwarf Fortress Masterworks. So here's the new version, and I forgot to turn off my Steam again, so people are going to be popping up in the bottom right. Anyhow, we will be reviewing what we viewed until I got murdered, and then after that we will continue. So basically we've started on a sort of small plateau, as you can see by the triangles that go down around it. Follow this, yep, all the way to the edge of the map. And if we go down here, you can see, and here there's open space, so if we go shift greater than and less than, here I've started next to an ocean. It has many advantages, such as practically an unlimited amount of fish, and once ever I just recorded it was some jackass whale beached on the beach, and I was like, yay, because I had enough food for like 5 years. So yeah. Now, as you can see, this is going to be more or less a flat fort, because it's kind of flat, there's no mountain to like dig into, unless we go down here and we decide to dig into the mountain and do our thing. But I'm gonna go with my standard stuff. So again, D, T, draw a big box by hitting enter, going around, enter. You can stay in this command and hit P for gather plants and do the same thing. What else do we need? We need to have our diggers dig, so D and J. For a downward staircase, draw a little box or a single tile. Go down 1. I, draw a box. Make sure it's the same width as the box above it. And then you could go down, let's say, 15 levels. There you go. Now you have a staircase that goes all the way down like this. Now the only thing I want to do is find where the rock is. And then after that, I'll build my little base around it, and I won't do the exploratory mining because, as you can see, it can be very dangerous in this version, so we'll be very careful. Again, go to your therapist and just check if you guys have the herbalist available. Farming, fields, milking, cheese making, dye plant. Whoa, dyeing and planting. Okay, this is a little different. Where would that be? Is it dyeing and planting? Because I don't see herbalism. Alright, let's go with that one for now. And let's hit the space bar and see what happens. So the guys will start moving around and start digging, start chopping. And my herbalists are going to plant a bunch of stuff. And of course, the game goes really fast at the start, but it starts slowing down the more the computer has to process. And as you can see, we've struck this stuff. Lignite, which is coal, which is really good. So now that we have at least a few stones, let's dig a few more stones. More lignite. We're going to hit the building queue by hitting B. And we will build some workshops by hitting W. And again, let's go with the standard mason's workshop. You could place it anywhere you like. Usually I like placing it close to the hole, like that he doesn't have to travel as far. And then after that, build the carpenter's workshop. Build it right over here. Yeah, everything else could be disregarded for now. I guess might as well put the distillery down, but won't do much for now. And yeah. So let's go down and let's see what else they could find, because we struck a coal mine apparently, really heavy coal mine. And if you see an explosion of dust, it's this stone. I never saw this color. Sandstone. Ooh. Make exploding blocks for catapult, grind into sand. So yeah, it's just a normal stone. No special abilities. What is this stuff? Is this stuff marble, or is this stuff just diorite? That means that possibly there is some dolomite nearby. Hopefully it's not off map, because I chose a bigger embark area. I like big embarks, because gives you a lot more room to maneuver. Jackpot! Jackpot! There you go. This is the stuff, boys. This stuff right over here is what we need to make steel. Marble. Okay, now my guys are going to stop digging. Now let's find the first layer of rock, which is right over here. We're going to pause the game. And now we're going to start building a configuration for a fortress. So, usually I like making the main hallway 3 by 3 and going down in this direction, such as this. And having another one go in this direction, such as this. While that is going on, by hitting F1, you can go back to wherever you started. And then we're going to build a shit ton of beds. And a shit ton of, well, 4 tables, 4 thrones by hitting the appropriate key. A is to get into the menu, and either you remember the key, which is right over here, or you go down and you hit A, enter, A, enter, A, enter. Now your other dudes should be getting to work. So we are waiting for these guys to dig out the minerals needed. Oh, this is not so good, because we just hit sand, and I don't want to build my fortress in sand. Or is this peat? Peat, yeah. It's a form of dirt, so we'll forget about building our fortresses there. Yeah, because as you can see, our miners are not getting any good stones out of this, so let's cancel this, and we'll go 1 level lower, actually. I like having my fortress in stone, because stone is a way better material, because number 1, you get blocks, and number 2, you can engrave it later and make it really pretty, and your dwarves will get a lot of happy thoughts, even though all the dying started. So we go 1 level below, and we're gonna start mining. Let's go this way. And let's go this way. There you go. Now let's see the miners do their magic. Okay, that guy got intoxicated because there was an explosion. As you can see, there was a little puff of smoke. Coal is very dangerous to mine into. Your dwarves can die. It's a low chance, but still. Just keep that in mind. Now if we go back upstairs. Yeah, he's building the furniture. So now our woodcutter, which is also our carpenter, needs to cut down more trees. Doesn't really matter. There you go, we found 10 mineral deposits. New achievement. Blue crap. That's what I meant by mining through coal. One of our guys, Pippi, just died. Sad face. So let's stop mining right over here, because again, coal is not the best thing to mine into. Let's just keep this little shaft as our little home for now. And this guy's depressed by the red arrow going down. I always try to do things too quickly, and you see what happens. So we're gonna start with a dormitory. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. And we're going to do this. So there you go. Oh, we struck graphite. Alright, so the beds are getting built. Next we're going to have to build a bunch of barrels. Barrels are food storage devices. And we could build the beds in here right now. There you go. Whoever's idle should start building the beds. Well, start placing them actually. Perfect. So again, now I'm gonna have to talk a bit about corpses, because this corpse now is freshly dead, but it's gonna start decaying, and eventually it's gonna really stink up the fort. And also every time you guys are gonna pass near it, they're gonna get unhappy thoughts because it was their buddy and it died, and you know, a whole bunch of sad stuff. So let's build more beds. If you have beds made up, there you go. And there you go. Q, R, make a room. And make it a dormitory. If you don't know how to do that, it's Q, R, plus and minus keys on number pad, and you just have a dormitory for your guys. Alright, so now we need to keep digging. So, where would I put the dining room? I want to mine a bit here, but I won't mine too far. I mine till about here. Now the only thing we're hoping for is a migrant wave, because I'll set one of the new migrants as a miner, and he will take care of the pick and all that. So this will be our little dining room, meeting hall, and yeah. So this game is incredibly brutal. What the hell is that? Looks like a traction bench. Cobalt blob? Oh, okay, whatever. What is this G floating around? I guess they're just insects. Yeah. They're just insects. If you want to view something on the map, hit K. You can view like the shrubs and the trees. Shit like that. Now we're gonna have to make a temporary stockpile up here for the food, for the simple reason that this food that has been made is not being gathered because there's no stockpile. So we're gonna make a food stockpile, just any old one, and just make a big block somewhere, and just leave it at that for now. And all the food will be gathered in place there. You can go back to your carpenter and make barrels, and make a shit ton of them. Not a wooden stand, barrel. Alright, and eventually they're gonna start, as you can see right now, you can just view exactly which is pickleberries, bladeweed, fisherberries, and bladeweed. And this stuff can be refined and brewed and into a bunch of stuff. So it's very useful to have a bunch of booze on hand. Alright, so as your miners are finishing off the dining room, we will build and T for table. I'll just do a little bit of a different configuration. I'll do little blocks like this, and I'll need a lot more chairs. So AC, 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 AC. As you can see, I'm very used to the game, so I do this extremely fast. Build throne here, 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 here. So I'm making these little conglomerate of things. There you go. So one guy's eating at that table. He goes back. Here you go. By hitting K, you can see this is miasma. This means this guy is rotting. So again, we could just make a simple stockpile by hitting P, and making a corpse stockpile by hitting Y, and just making a small one out here, and then just wait, and they should take his corpse and bring it. Ah, shit! What are these? Giant moth. Uh-oh. Giant moth, a large monster in the form of a moth. It's chitin brown and the eyes are black. Uh-oh. Let's try to stay away from the fuckers. We're not bothering them, hopefully. Some guy apparently created a masterpiece item, which is really good. Barrel. We're gonna need some doors. So there you go, just keep gathering. Now they're just organizing all the food and shit. So if you hit K and you really want to look at what types of food you have, you can go here. Or you can hit Z. And go to Kitchen. And you'll get an idea of what you have, such as rope reed. Rope reed, I don't want to brew, but because I want to make ropes and other things out of it. So what you can do is, if brew is blue and you want to make it red so they don't brew it, you can hit B, and there you go, now it's red. So that means that they will not brew it, and you can't cook it, so they'll just stockpile it and they'll use it for other things. Rope reed, I really need that, so I'll explain later, because this is again a sort of tutorial / let's play. So there you go, the corpse is out here, it's in the air, so it's not rotting. So we will hopefully have a good time. Alright, so let's complete the chairs around this area here, like this, in this configuration. Now again, we could go back up and ask for more tables, and just wait for our carpenter to do something. Again, this is like basically your first 7 settlers that are going out, and they're trying to make a little settlement. So hopefully, if your fort is doing well enough, next season we will get a wave of migrants. Hopefully around. It's a minimum of 2. The first 2 are a minimum of 2 and a maximum, I think, of 30 or 40. I don't remember exactly. So now what we can do is we can work on that giant stockpile that I keep talking about. So let's go up here. Let's make a giant mega room up here. And hope that our miners get the job done eventually. And the giant moths are around, and there's a bunch of flies over here that are like attracted to the sand. So yeah. There you go. Alright, again, for your animals, so they don't die, hit P. No. Hit I. Now you're gonna see nothing. So drop box. Empty grasslands, hopefully. Draw a big box like this. Make it a pen and pasture by hitting N. Shift N and select all your animals. And they will be put into this area. They will graze on because they eat grass, and if they don't have grass, they're gonna die. I didn't bring any animals this time. We might have to import them. So there's plenty of wood around, there's plenty of food around, so I'm not too worried about much happening in those circumstances. I'm just hoping that these miners get this room done within the next millennia. So now let's build more tables. And more chairs. This is again just to get ready for the migrant wave, so that they will not complain about the lack of chairs. Now, what is our drink situation? So we have plenty of drink, plenty of food, so I don't have to worry about any of that right now. So our guys are just doing their jobs, which is what they're supposed to be doing. And right now we can just live off the land. There's no need to go too deeply into the farming industry. We could just harvest berries and stuff for now. We've struck bituminous coal. It's another type of coal up here. And I think bituminous coal, yeah, it makes 7 coal out of each block, so very useful. Again, they really mine in this weird configuration. Don't worry about it. They'll get it done eventually. Build chair? I need 2 more chairs. F1 AC AC. Alright. Now I'm gonna start covering new concepts because we're now established. So let's see. Your dwarves are gathering. Your dwarves are doing that. Alright. I covered really briefly the military last time, but until the fortress goes back to his former glory, it's not going to happen. So all we're gonna do is wait for the first migrant wave. Shouldn't take too long because of how fast the game is going. So the guys are still gathering shit. What are they gathering mainly? Pickleberries, which is really good because it makes a really good drink. It quenches the thirst and makes them happy. By the way, carpenter, make a shit ton of beds. Because that giant room, I'm gonna turn it into a barracks eventually. I think this will be just my barracks room later on. What are you doing? You got no job. Butchery, tanning, farming, cooking. Chemistry. You're a brewer. If you don't know how to get into this interface, you can hit V, go next to a guy, highlight him, and then go to P for professions, and then select the profession, and go around and check what the hell's going on. Alright, like there's not much being done right now, I'm gonna build a new workshop, and it's going to be the Craft Dwarf workshop. And I'm just gonna place it like right over here. And I don't know if do we have a dwarf with wood crafting or something? We got herbalism. Oh, there's herbalism. Wow. Wood crafting. Where's wood crafting? Hunting, architecture. You're gonna be a wood crafter. You're gonna be a stone crafter. And yeah, change. So there you go. Now it's built. So now I want to make rock instruments, and I'm gonna hit R to put it on repeat, so that the guy will endlessly make rock instruments whenever he gets the time to do that. I'm gonna build another crafts workshop. Crafts Dwarf right next to it. Just gonna give him a minute. There you go. Now I'm gonna make wood, and I'm gonna make wood. Just wood crafts. Then we're gonna use the wood to make wood crafts. Yeah, I wanted to get started on a metal industry, but we don't have any metal right now, so we'll have to wait out on that. So now we can finally make the proper food stockpiles as soon as these 4 blocks are killed. So P, food, make a big box, make another big box, Q, settings by hitting S, block all food, and yeah. I think I didn't cover this, so I'll do it. So again, you make the stockpiles by hitting P and dragging boxes around. And after that, you're going to go into settings, you're going to go to food. One of the stockpiles, you should make 2. You're going to disable everything but drink. Permit. The other stockpile, you are going to disable drinks and seeds. So forbid. And on the surface, you can delete this by hitting P and X, and you can delete this stockpile. And your guys are going to start bringing the shit in. Is there any dangerous animals on the map? Giant parrot. Oh, giant parrots. Alright. And there you go. Summer has arrived on the calendar. So now this game might give you like the crashing symbol, not responding. do not worry about it because it is a long-term tutorial, so don't worry about it. I will end it right now, and next season I'll teach you about migrants and how to set up.